Welcome to Cletus Ray's Roadside Service. Hey, you guys might notice I did a little bit of a refresh to the old YouTube, renamed the YouTube channel, and redid some other stuff. I just felt more right. I was going through it and I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? None of this really applies anymore. I don't do a whole lot of off-road outlaw stuff, and that's what the description was all about. And the one-man wolf pack and everything. Hey, we're Cletus Ray, okay? We're Cletus Ray. Anyways, we had a wonderful weekend. It was short but good. We had a good time. hmm Uh, I baked muffins with the kids. They thought that was really fucking cool. We had a pizza party and a movie night, pizza movie night with the kids. They loved that. Took them out. Went to my brother. My brother had a little lunch planned with his new fiance's family. They are officially fiancéed, and yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I met her family. I thought they were Puerto Rican. Guess what? They're not. They're Honduran. Honduran, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna have a, I don't know, I don't even know what it was called, but it was some Honduran food. It was fucking amazing. I loved it. And her mom is like, she doesn't speak any English. Really, she understands a little bit, I think, but she doesn't really know English. So I was just sitting there, chatting with her. She was trying to get me. I was after I had already finished probably half of what she had cooked, and that was a lot. I ate a lot of food over there. Um, I started going around collecting dishes and rinsing them off and putting them in the dishwasher. And she's like, "Hey, hey!" She's like smacking me with her dish rag. She's like, "No, no, no!" I was like, I'm helping. I'm gonna help a little bit. I'm gonna help in some way. You can't stop me. I'm helping." But it was awesome. We talked about her and her life and what she's been up to and whatnot. And talked to probably the most I've ever talked to my brother's fiance. Talked to her for a little bit. We played a Mexican train game, which is dominoes, and I don't know. They seem pretty cool. They seem like you can have a little bit of fun with them. You know that you don't really. First, upon first getting there, I thought I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to walk on eggshells around here. Make sure I don't say anything else." And you know what? One weird thing that I think I've noticed is I always say adios, and I don't know. Like I said it a few times over, like whenever we were leaving or whatever. I said adios, and then I was like, "Oh, I wonder if they're like he knows Spanish, or maybe they're like, oh, I gotta get my fucking GPS up here. Oh, he knows Spanish or something." No, I don't know no Spanish, but um, this GPS has really fucked me up today so far. I've been all over this fucking town. Damn, railroad tracks. Now those railroad tracks, I'll fly over them on the dirt bike. Um, but no, anyways, I don't know. I was like, I wonder if they're they might take a little bit of offense to me yelling adios all the fucking time, or he said there was a barrel over here. I don't see no fucking barrel. I can't believe this place was this easy to get to. And I went way out of the fucking way. He said there would be a barrel over here. There'd be a bucket for a hoe and a clean out. And he said there would be a barrel over here too. There are two buckets. All right. Well, I need to make a phone call, I guess. Oh, about lost my damn little rubber thing for my fucking phone mount. Hey, stay on there. Quit fucking popping off. All right. Well, 5 minutes into the fucking deal here, and we ain't got shit going on. I just called my boss. I'm like, I don't see a fucking barrel. I called the other guy first. He's like, yeah, there's a barrel over there. I'm like, no, not where you said. Oh, wait. Maybe there is a barrel over here. Oh, 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 there is a barrel over here. All right. Well, I'm gonna go suck this thing out. By golly, we found it. All right, I don't know. What time is it? 9 o'clock. And my boss is acting like he ain't got nothing else for me to do. You could hear it in his voice. He's like, oh shit. There ain't nothing else going on. What am I gonna do with him? Everybody else is busy. I was actually not even fucking on the schedule at all today. Like normally on Mondays, it'll say at least Monday meeting. But no, there's not. I was the only one. Other people had off, or just Monday meeting. Mine had nothing on it. So I was really, I'm really kind of confused on why he's getting. Everybody else is busy as fuck, doing all kinds of crazy jobs and good jobs and whatnot. Why am I doing the little bitch work? I mean, this has been a problem already for a while, but anyways, let's quit bitching about work. We'll start bitching about something else. Got the barrel sucked out. Now I headed back to the shop. So I was like, I only had 3 gallons because they had they have tanks for diesel at one of their lots where they can fill up all their equipment and stuff. They got red dye diesel, they got on road diesel, and I was like, okay. I went over there, and I mean, there was barely anything in them. We didn't get a whole lot of rain out here, I'm guessing. So there's really not much in there. I sucked it out. I was like, I got maybe 3 gallons. Like, I have a 3,000 gallon back truck, and I got 3 gallons. Now I did just suck that barrel out, but that's only 55, and so not even 55 because it wasn't completely full. But so now we're just heading back to the shop. We got something on the truck, so that's good. Now I can waste time trying to offload. If I was only had 3 gallons on here, I wasn't gonna do anything about it. I was just gonna fucking say fuck it and just dump it, or not dump it. Just say fuck it. Anyways, no, I had a great weekend. So I spent a lot of time with the kids. It was a good time. Went over to see my brother's new family or whatever. They're awesome. And I also went on an amazing adventure ride on the DR650. So my uncle, he got one, but he didn't want to ride it quite yet. There was a couple of problems with it, things he wanted to change, things he wanted to fix, and he got it. He called me. He said he was trying to go out on Saturday, and I was like, well, Saturday's not going to work for me. How about Sunday? And he's like, well, it might rain on Sunday. I'm like, well, let's just plan on Sunday and maybe it'll work out. And it did. It worked out great. Hopped on the bike in the morning and then took off and met up with him at this place he calls the track. It's kind of like a bunch of weird gravel roads that just go around and intersect and all kinds of shit. Went over there and ripped around for a while. He was like, hey, hop on my bike. I'm going to hop on your bike. He's like, because I want you to feel, the difference his has got, and he's got way better suspension and shit on his, more upgraded suspension and tuned and shit. Mine is not at all. Like, I mean, maybe it is a little bit, but it's not set up for my weight. So, anyways, he swapped out his heavy ass spring that he's got, and I'm gonna take that spring that he's got So my bike might feel a little bit better. But I didn't bottom out at all. But we went on a crazy adventure ride. So yeah, we first started out at the track. I rode his bike. He rode my bike. His bike is good, but it's totally different. His pegs are lower than mine. His handlebars have a riser on them, but they're further back, and so it was kind of weird feeling. And his bike felt heavy as shit compared to mine. Mine did not. Mine feels more like a dirt bike. His feels like a fucking like a Harley. It's like heavy as fuck. But he's also got big ass knobbies on his tires and shit. So that was interesting to ride around with. Look at her. Hey, you Class A now? Oh, damn it. Right here? Oh, yeah. I would unhook those hydraulic cables because they'll get on you if you break them. And we fucked it up the other day. We ripped off a gauge, almost broke it. So yeah, unhook those hydraulic cables, and then if I were you, I would just nose down here. I don't know, you might go take it around the block or something. Okay. If you can, you could try to backing it up and then go around the building over there. Try that out. Go nice and slow. I thought she was Class A. She's going for it. She didn't get it apparently, but yeah. Oh, here's the batch change. This is where I'm headed. Right here. I'm just gonna nose in there. No, I'm not. I'm gonna just pull over here on the outside of it. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna go over here and do a U-turn. Son of a bitch. I'm all sorts of turned around over here. So anyways, yeah, we started there. We rode around. I rode his bike. I didn't really like it. I could tell it was better, but I'm not used to it, and it didn't feel as light and nimbly as mine, but it did have more grip on the gravel road and just everywhere because it had knobbies. So anyways, rode that motherfucker around, and then we swapped back to bikes, and then we started going looking for trails and shit. And we had a great time. Right there where that track was, that's where all those videos up on Facebook are from. Is right near the track, not the track, because the track, it was all overgrown and shit. You couldn't really see anything, so there's no videos, and we just didn't feel like doing videos. But what else? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a big ass hill right there next to it, and we just started ripping around over there. That was actually the second time we went over there. The first time we were looking for a trail. He said, "There's a trail over here somewhere," but it was so overgrown we couldn't see it. So we turned around and we left, and then we just started riding all around. Just going through random fields and areas under highway bridges and shit. We're just all over the fucking place, and it's kind of hard to remember exactly where we were which path we took for everything, but we ended up uh going to this one place, and he's like, "There's really cool trails up here," but there's a security guard that was following us around the parking lots, and yeah, we weren't supposed to be over there, but we were going to be right off of their property on the back in the woods or whatever. But they didn't. I guess he didn't want us riding through his property or whatever, so we took off. We found some other spots. We ended up over here on the levee wall, kind of near my work, and we were riding all around, and then we were just looking for a place to get down on the dirt road. Instead of being up on the levee, we wanted to be down kind of not near the river, but closer to the river, I guess. There's a dirt road down there. And we turn around, and then he's following me, and I'm like, okay, let's just take this other little lower path because I think this is on the on the inside of the levee wall. Eventually, there'll be a drop down to get down to that dirt. Other than that, there's a big ass boulders and riffraff up on the levee wall, so we couldn't really ride down that easily. But get this, we're riding on this nice road on the inside of the levee wall, and we come down to a dip. We come down there. I had to slam on the fucking brakes because this is a nice empty levee wall. I had to slam on the fucking brakes because uh the riffraff, they had poured concrete over the riffraff, so like they were just trying to get all these rocks to stay still, and then they were gonna like concrete or pave over the rocks. So these rocks are all like concreted down. It's just like a pile of rocks, big ass rocks, and somebody dumped concrete on it. And my uncle was like, I'll do it. And he took off, and because he knows how to ride dirt. He's been riding dirt bikes since he could walk. Before he could talk, he was riding dirt bike. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been riding like every day for his entire life, you know. So he's very comfortable on a bike. I'm pretty comfortable on a bike, but whenever I got to that, I was like, oh shit. And I'm trying to do it kind of slow and just kind of rock crawl my way through there. Which is not easy because whenever you hit a rock and it steers your steering wheel or your handlebars, you can't fucking. Oh god, it was fucking horrible. But he just came over and wham, bam, 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 right across the whole fucking thing, and it was probably 50 feet. No, it was way more than that. It was probably 100 feet long of just this rocks and stuff that they hadn't paved yet. And so I'm trying to take it nice and slow. I get halfway through it, and then I find like kind of an empty-ish area that doesn't have like a bunch of huge rocks, you know, protruding out. And then I just ripped it, and it was scary as fuck because I was like, if I fall, I'm really gonna get fucked up. Like this is really gonna hurt. My bike is gonna get fucked up, and I'm gonna get really fucked up. And then this is not a good place to be for this. But I just ripped it, and you know, he's like, "Yeah, you just got to trust." You know, we talked afterwards. He's like, "Yeah, you just got to trust yourself a little bit." I'm like, "Fuck, man, that was intense. That was very intense." But we got it. Went over there and got through that, and then we went down, rode that dirt road for a while, popped out. You know, probably a couple miles down the dirt road. We're just ripping. You know, I'm dusting him out. He's dusting me out. We never really drag raced to see whose is actually faster because he's got a DR also. But whenever he rode mine, he said yours has the same, if not a little bit more power than his does. We don't know what's been done to the carburetors on these bikes, but I know he's got a DG exhaust system, full exhaust system, so that's pretty cool. We both have our air boxes cut out. But I think his is definitely heavier than mine. He's got more shit on his, and he's got a bigger fuel tank. But he's got upgraded handlebars and all kinds of other shit on there. Anyways, yeah, we ended up riding over, and then there was that one spot where you saw me riding up that spiral walkway. Uh, right as right as I got to the top of it, I guess a homeless lady started walking up to my uncle. He was filming me, and I'm up there at the top, and there was nowhere to turn around. It was not very wide, so I had to lift the bike up and get it twisted around and shit. But I eventually got it, and I come down, and then I see him, and I just kind of nod my head. I'm like, "Let's get the fuck out of here," you know. I know I see he's got two homeless people surrounding him. I'm like, just fire that motherfucker up and take off. So I took off down the road thinking he would just follow. He'd say, "All right, so you gotta go," and then take off. But no, I get to the end of the road, and I look back. He's still sitting there. So I turn around, and I ride past him again. But I pass him a little bit, and then I stop, and I turn off the bike, and she's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, let's go," and then I just fire up and take off. He fires up, takes off. We get the fuck out of there, and then we get back down onto that dirt road, and we just keep following it to see what's going on down there. There was a couple like dirt mounds and shit that we decided to ride in that was kind of soft. Right after I went over that big ass dirt mound and everything, it was like a bunch of different piles of dirt, so it was kind of up and down and side to side, and it was soft and everything. But my bike handled it great. I came off of that and I did a U-turn, and then there was like a little bit of a muddy patch, and I got in there. It was like moss or something, and I fucking swung to the left, swung to the right, tried to save it, and I couldn't. I couldn't save it, and I fucking dropped the bike. I mean, I dropped it very slow, but I definitely did drop it, and I fucked up a little bit of my handguard. But I don't give a fuck. I already plan on replacing those handguards. I'm just glad I didn't fuck anything else up on the bike, but it was just flat ground. And I mean, I'm on basically street tires, so it just slipped right out from underneath me. And I was like, well, that ain't so bad for being the first time I dropped it. He's like, that's the first time you dropped it? He's like, yeah, that ain't bad at all. And I didn't mention that I did drop it once over here at the shop, but that was me. It wasn't even running. I was just moving it around, and the kickstand came off, and I was on the opposite side, and I was trying to set it down or something. And the kickstand is super short on my bike because it used to be lowered. And so once you get past that point, you're like, oh shit, the kickstand's not up, and then you drop it. But I mean, that was barely anything. But the only time I've ever fell off of the bike riding was that time, and it was really slow. Um, but it was a great time. And then we rode around a bunch more all over the place. We ended up going to one of these little Mexican restaurants over here by my work because we were pretty close. We did ride around. There's like a couple of dead end roads that used to not be a dead end, and they got them all blocked off, but you can get around it. And then there's all kinds of trails back there. We were ripping through these trails. We get to one, and he said, "I'm not doing this one," and I said, "I will," and I just fucking right through it, just straight into the fucking bushes is what it felt like I was doing. But there was an actual path there, but it was so overgrown, and I'm just riding through it. I had to close my face shield. My mirrors got all twisted in and everything. I thought I was, it was. And I get through the other side, and I look back, and he came through, and I was like, I'm glad you came through. He's like, well, once you take all them spider webs out, it wasn't so bad. I'm like, okay. And then we kept on riding, but then he ended up going through a trail that was kind of like that in a different spot, and we get to the end, and he's got spiders crawling all over him. I'm helping him knock them off and everything. It's kind of funny. And he had a couple of them, coming off of his helmet and shit. I had a couple on me, but nothing crazy. It was mainly ants. I started getting ants into my helmet, so I had to stop and take it off and flick them off. But that's when we ended up at the hill spot. We went back to where that first place was that we were, and it was a hill spot, and where we took most of the videos, and we were ripping up and down this fucking hill. The camera doesn't do it very much justice. I mean, obviously he was going way faster than I was, but I felt like I was fucking hauling ass, and I know I wasn't, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great fucking time. And now I think because he's always said, "Oh yeah, you don't want to take your DR on anything. You can't take DRs on anything too crazy. It's not like a motocross bike or whatever." And then he gets his DR. He's had a DR before, he said, but now he's got it all set up and tuned for him. He's like, I absolutely love the way mine feels. He's talked about raising his a little bit because whenever we went through that concreted over boulder area, he bottomed out hardcore on one of those rocks, and he bent his skid plate. I never bottomed out. I never hit a rock other than with the tires and my fucking feet. But so he's got a couple of. He's like, oh, this is a great shakedown. Get me tested for what I need to. I need to make some changes to my bike. Me with my bike, I'm like, I'd like to get different tires. I'd like a bigger tank, but other than that, I mean, I did everything he did, and my bike, I'm like, hey man, these bikes ain't no slouch. You can take these bikes through some heavy ass shit. Yeah, they're not going to be the fastest, and they're not going to be light. You're not going to be able to like. You can still jump them, but you know it's it's an intense. It was an intense ass ride. You know, there were definitely some times where we could have got fucked up. Oh, we were riding along the railroad track. Whenever we got to the end of that dirt road, we turned around, and then there's a homeless guy on a bike riding, and then he stopped, threw his bike on the ground, and started walking, like power walking towards us. And he was like, "Hey, I don't know what's going on with this guy." I was like, "Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here." So we ended up crossing the railroad tracks. Well, there's an actual railroad crossing there, but we crossed the railroad tracks, and then the guy started walking across the railroad tracks to meet us because we had to backtrack a little bit to get to this little road. And I'm like panicking riding up this hill because I almost dropped it on the hill, trying to just. There was a road a little bit further, but that was closer to the guy, so I just was riding up this dirt hill up to get into this parking lot. Got up in the parking lot, ride down the parking lot, and I look back and my uncle's there, do a U-turn because there's gates shut on that side, and we ripped past, and that homeless guy almost made it up to us. But I was like, I don't know what the fuck this guy wants, but it does not look like he's very happy. Maybe we rode through it, one of his houses or some shit. I don't fucking know. But anyways, we had a wonderful fucking time. I love that fucking bike. It feels totally different on the road now that I've taken it on some real shit. It just shows you how capable this thing is. You know, it's a road bike, but it can do off road shit. And those tires aren't the greatest, but they went through a lot of stuff. You know, for being basically street tires, I went through some heavy shit, and we had a great time. Great time. I'm gonna pause this because I gotta go work, and then maybe if I have something else going on, I'll do that. I'll come back. Well, here we are in the dinging truck, just waiting for some air pressure to build back up. So, yeah, I dumped off the waste, and then I went to my office, and then I sat down. I started doing railroad training. They're like, you need to train. Your badges are going to expire, sir. You need to train for the railroad. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting down, I'm training for the railroad, and then guess what? Hey, we need you to go over to the railroad. I'm like, okay. Now, it's weird because those tests, they cost money. They cost the company money, not me money. But it's like $75 per test. And I clicked start on the test right before he sent me. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to buy that test again because it's got a timer on it. So the timer's ticking. And now I got expired badges to the railroad, so I'm going to go to the railroad now with expired badges and work on it while my railroad test is expired. It's just kind of fucked up. But hey, it's better than something else to do, you know. I really was kind of looking forward to just sitting around at the shop or in the office to do some fucking trainings and shit, but whatever. I'll go out. I'll go do some work somewhere. Get me out of this fucking place. And yeah, I'm just gonna pick up some water. Nothing. I every time I reach in this fucking work bag here, I grab the wrong glasses case. Could one time I just reach in and I grab the correct glasses case? That'd be nice. Trying to grab my sunglasses. It's getting bright out here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just want to keep talking about riding my dirt bike. Yeah, drop the motherfucker. What else did I do? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe today after I get off work, I might contact my uncle and say, "Hey man, what's up? Let me come on over and grab that fucking heavy duty spring off of you." And maybe even if he's got the room and the time, fuck, let's just put it on out here over at his house. he's got all the tools and everything because he's always working on bikes, and he just got done working on his bike, so he knows exactly what to do. I haven't taken my shock off before. I did raise the collar up, but that was it. I have not removed the actual shock from the bike yet. But I'm really interested in if he can give me that spring, or I can pay him $20 or whatever for it. I think I just splashed that lady in her car. She had her window down, and right as we're passing her, I fucking fell into a pothole and splashed a bunch of water up. Maybe it just got on her car. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it'd be really cool if I could get that spring from him. And he said he's got fork springs too, because my forks are pretty soft. So if I can stiffen up my suspension all the way around, uh, for really cheap, because he doesn't want all this other equipment and stuff, that'd be awesome. And I could I might need to go out and buy some new. Well, I don't know. My fork seals are good, but I wonder if when you swap out them springs, if it's a good idea to just go ahead and replace your fork seals. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, we had a wonderful weekend. It was a really nice weekend. Very short, but not bad. My ride into work today. Listen, if I'm gonna pass anybody aggressively, it's because they're hogging the fucking fast lane. And it's not like they're just in the fast lane passing people. They're just in the fast lane for no fucking reason. Like, I get up behind them. Sometimes they'll get over. Sometimes you got to get over and then put my fucking headlight on bright and then get up right in their fucking mirror on their driver's side and shine that motherfucker right into their face. Hello, I'm here. I'm ready to fucking go around you, you slow bitch. But no, I made some passes today. I passed some people. I was booking it to work. Got there perfectly on time. Oh, and I totally forgot about this. This is my fucking paranormal activity story. Um, just happened this morning. So I wake up extra early and go take a shower and, just take a shit and, just getting ready for the day, You know how it is. And as soon as I'm drying off, I hear my garage door open. Now, it's 5:30 in the morning, 5:45, right around there. And my garage door opens. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the dogs are going crazy, dude. And I walk out, I throw on my underwear, and I go out into the kitchen, and I look, and you know what? I was freaked out. Luckily I already took a shit, or else I was about to shit my pants because I was like, holy fuck, somebody's in our house. Somebody opened up the garage door. They're after my DR 650. No, my backpack. I set my backpack on the kitchen chair, and in the backpack, in one of the pockets, is my garage door opener. And these fucking dogs thought that since they were let out and I was gone, that they could jump up on the table. These bitches. Now, I didn't catch them in the act because they were going nuts when the garage door started to open, but I'm 99% sure they jumped on my backpack or whatever and opened up the garage door. So I went down there and then I closed the garage door. I was also like ready to fucking beat somebody's ass. It's like, make some crazy fucking noises. And I got my baby German Shepherd dog right there too, even though she ain't gonna do a fucking thing. She can look scary though. And then my wife was freaked out. She's like, the garage door opened while you were in the shower. I was like, yes, I know. The damn dogs. The damn dogs jumping on my backpack. I can't believe it. But anyways, that was a little bit scary. I had another moment that was kind of like that. It was shortly after we moved into this place, and we got the full security system put into the house. We got the Ring doorbell. We got like window break meters. We got carbon monoxide. We got smoke detectors. We got, I don't know, like a whole home package for security. You know, window things and all kinds of shit. And I was at work, and the garage. It said that my alarm started going off while my wife was at work also. The alarm started going off, and the police got called, and they showed up to my house, and I had my dogs in there, and I was trying to talk to the police through the Ring camera. I was like, hey, I'm at work. I don't know what's going on. I was like, it said the garage door opened. I was like, is the garage door opened? And they were like, no. I was like, can you like, is it free? Can you just try to pull on it, see if it's opened or whatever? And they pulled on it. They're like, no, it's not open. I was like, okay, I know what happened. And it was either my dogs or just wind. I don't know. But that garage door that goes from the garage to the house does not seal very good. Or you have to like push on it hard to get it shut all the way. I adjusted it after that incident, but yeah, it was some weird shit happens, I guess. I was worried that the police were gonna go in there and my dogs were gonna go fucking ape shit. You know, that never ends up good. But luckily they didn't have to do anything, and I was like, yeah, I'll shut it off. You know, whatever. Got the alarm company calling me and everything. Um, yeah, but that's why one of those is the reason I really miss my dog Rusty. Rusty Hammer. He was such a good boy because he was a scaredy cat. But if you are worried that there's something going on, all you got to do is say, "What's that? What's that?" And then he will go clear the house for you. He will run upstairs. You know, he'll meet you at the bottom, but then he'll go through every single room, like on alert, going through the rooms, like trying to look for something bad. Because I just say, "What's that? What's that? What's in there? What's in there? Go look in there. What's that? What's that?" And he would do it. It was awesome. I love that dog. Love that doggy so much. He was such a good protector. But if anything was in there, he would bark and then run. He would be gone. He'd go hide behind me. I'm like, what the hell? You ain't supposed to hide behind me. Sorry, I had to finish this water here. Got a little bit of traffic up here. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. This other dog, this Luna, the German Shepherd. I think I can work with her. She is a good dog. She doesn't realize how big she is, I think. But lately she's been like in my chair because whenever I recline in my chair, she can't get to me unless she jumps up on the couch, and that creates a fucking panic where I'm like, get the fuck there, get out. There's a man walking in the highway over here. I think that's the reason we are having traffic right now. There's a fucking man walking on the highway. Hey, get a job, you bum! He can't hear me. I'm really far away from him, and I have windows up. Oh, right lane closed ahead. Okay, that might have something to do with it also. But this fucking guy walking, he definitely ain't helping. He ain't directing traffic. Look at him. Look at him just walking. That's a fat bum too. Okay, being a fat bum, brother, that's got to be a hard life or easy. Being a fat bum. Oh, there he goes, dodging cars. If he gets hit, I will be shocked. Um, yeah, so I'd like to work with this dog and try to get this dog into a good spot like that where she will clear the house for me. But you never know. Like, I don't know. Don't throw me a surprise birthday party because I will send my dogs after you. Surprise! You have you just got bit by a German Shepherd. Don't. Oh no. I would like to throw a shout out to my buddy Luke. I haven't talked to him a whole lot recently, but I did send me a picture. He got another new doggy. That's three in the household. I got three also. He's got, and we're kind of the same. We got one dog that his dog looks slightly German Shepherdish, and then he's got two small dogs, and I got two small dogs. So kind of cool. He's been going getting all kinds of tattoos all over his body. He's all tatted up. Rat tat tatta tatta. Listen, not everybody can fucking cut me off. Some of you bitches are gonna actually have to get behind me. You stupid cunts. Did I say that clear enough? There's a lot of stupid fucking cunts trying to pass my ass. Right lane is closed, okay? There's a truck in the road. You can't go around the truck. You got to get behind me. Um, yeah. There was one time that my dog, Rusty, it was so funny. I was living in my duplex. My buddy Tyler was coming over, and he was a young dog at the time. He was less than a year old, I think. But he acted tough as hell when he was younger, before he got fixed and everything. And Tyler was walking up the long walkway to get to the house, and Rusty was just going fucking ape shit. I was like, damn, he actually might attack you. And then Tyler just charged him, and my dog made a squealing sound and fell over himself, like did a backflip, barrel roll backwards, and fucking fell down and tried to knock me over. I was like, what the hell? He just stomped and ran up to the door, just, and then, yeah, Rusty freaked the fuck out. And that might be a little bit of his traumatic problems that he's got. Because Rusty had some, I don't know. I don't know what kind of trauma he ever had. I mean, I tried shooting guns with him when he was young so he wouldn't get scared of, like, the loud booms. Didn't work. He would just run and hide. And then fireworks were fucking horrible. He would tremble. Chevy didn't give a fuck about any of it. He was all for any of it. But Rusty got to the point where I guess he knew the scent of gun oil, or just of gun, I guess, because every time I would pull out a gun, he would fucking run and hide. He would come over and sniff it and look at it, and then he'd be like, oh fuck, I'm getting the fuck out of here. That thing is loud as fuck. I remember how loud that thing is. Luna, I don't know. I don't know if this. I don't really have too many guns anymore. Not really a gun guy. I mean, I used to be, like, I love guns, but I don't really have any anymore. I got a couple of 22s, and I think a little stripper gun, a little tiny 380. But yeah, I don't really do much with the guns no more. I had an AR, and I ended up selling it. Didn't really couldn't really justify having such an expensive gun that I had no money to go shoot it. I don't have any money for the bullets. Uh, so I ended up selling it, but I sold it to my in-laws. I, I, it was inherited, but we were getting tight on money, and I was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna sell the gun. I'll either sell it to you guys since it was theirs, or their family's gun, even though it was a brand new gun. There was no sentimental value with it really whatsoever. It was an AR, uh, but the grandpa that I inherited it from, he's like, yeah, I shot it twice into the ground, and then I put it away. He's like, it's brand new. I was like, okay. And that was when he was still alive. And then after he passed, that's when I found out he had willed it to me. So I feel kind of bad about selling something that was willed to me, but it's like I don't have money to shoot this gun. And it's really expensive, and we're kind of really tight on money. It's like, if there's anything I have that I could sell that's not going to really affect me, this would be it. So I ended up selling it to the in-laws. I mean, I sold it to them for a pretty fucking good deal, I would say. And I was also, I wasn't setting a price. They're like, how much do you want for it? I was like, whatever you're willing to give. Not, I'm not setting a price on this. You guys, you're gonna have to set the price on this one. So they did good. They gave me a decent little chunk that helped us out, helped us get through some bills, some stuff. And now it's gone. It was a fun gun, but I don't know. I never got it sighted in. I'm not good with that type of shit. I don't know. I could get good with it, but it was mainly the 22 is a lot of fun. It's super cheap, super accessible. The thing is so quiet you could damn near shoot it in the backyard. I don't, but I could. And yeah, no more guns really. We went out shooting with the kids a while back over at the land earlier this year. We went camping and shot some guns. Had a good time. Now, what I do miss is my shotgun. That we needed money, but I was almost willing to trade. My in-law, I was like, "You got any cool shotguns? I mean, I'll trade you for a shotgun because a shotgun is way more practical as a home defense weapon. Because I mean, you can shoot drywall and it's gonna fucking explode that drywall, but that's gonna take a lot of the momentum out of like bird shot or whatever. Um, with an AR, you're gonna shoot. It's gonna go through your house and your neighbor's house. It's high velocity. All right, well, I gotta get off here. I'll be right back. Okay, we're done with that job. They were trying to get me to stay. Not hey, I don't mind staying, but the boss man said no. I need to go back and do some fucking bookwork bullshit. So we're gonna go do that. I was gonna stay and I was gonna take care of the roll-off box because the guy they got running the roll-off box, he said, I'm not very comfortable with the roll-off box. How about he stays and does the roll-off box, and I'll take the vac truck back. And I was all for it. I'm not a big fan of going back to the shop and doing bookwork and bullshit, but if that's what the boss man wants me to do, then that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go do bookwork. All right. It'll be all right. We'll be fine. Uh, Them guys were so nice though. They were like, "Hey, what do you?" I mean, they were nice enough, but they didn't pay for my food. But they said, "Hey, we're going to Burger King. We're gonna pick up food for people that want to pay for it. So how about you? How about you find out what you want?" I said, "Brother, I already know what I want. I already know what I want. Double quarter pounder, cheese, fries, medium meal." Okay, medium meal with fries and a Coke. I'll just do a Coke. Instead of getting all fancy with all your fucking drinks and shit, just get Coke. You know what? It's been tested. Everybody likes Coke a little bit. I prefer Pepsi, honestly. I prefer Pepsi. I'm one of them weird ones out here. Coke, it's a little bit too acidic, I think. I think that's what's going on there. There's a little bit of an acidity that I can taste and I can feel. And it's a little bit of a different cola flavor with Pepsi. And it's just better. Okay? Not gonna lie, it's better. Pepsi is better than Coke. Okay? I'm saying it here. I'm doing it live. Pepsi's better than Coke. Okay? Got to throw new tobacco in here. I just got done eating. A little bit more tobacco for my mental health. Yeah, so I got out here and they were like, all right, they have a back box hooked up to the guzzler, and then there's a pit there, and they were like, oh, we're just sucking up a bunch of water. There's supposed to be sludge at the bottom of it, and they were supposed to be already working on getting the sludge out, but they couldn't get it. They couldn't do it. And they were just like, we're already full. We already filled our vac box with water, and there's still more water in there. So that's when they sent me over there with the vac truck, and I got over there and I did what I had to do. We did 3 or 4 loads, I guess, that I sucked up, and then I dumped in the oil water separator drying pad thing or whatever you want to call it. And then they rinsed out my truck and sent me on my way. Pretty simple deal over there. Couple of nice guys working over there, having a good time. I like to go over there and just fuck with them. And I don't know if I already talked about it. I guess I did already talk about it. I had to lay down the bike. I had to lay the bike down. I already talked about it, I'm pretty sure. If I didn't, comment down below and say, hey, you didn't tell us how you crashed your bike. I already totally forgot if I talked about it or not. I think I did. But, yeah, anyways, we're having a good time. Just empty, headed back to the shop. Getting cut off by fucking little Jeep. Little angry Jeep over here. He cut me off hardcore. Wonder what his deal is. Not too happy out there driving the Jeep. I guess he ain't got the Jeep thing going on today. There's that new stadium, the CPKC. I'm crossing the river right now. New stadium. They got a bunch of big ass apartment buildings or whatever the fuck going up next door. The KC Current. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. My wife done been there though. She went inside there and watched them play foosball or whatever. And oh yeah. I will say I'm gonna incriminate myself a little bit here. When I got over to this place, they stopped me and they're like, "Hey, stop! And so I stopped, and they walked up to me, and I was like, "What? What's going on?" They're like, "You're dragging hoses." I was like, "What?" I know I strapped them down. The bungee cord was gone. I must have snapped a bungee cord coming across some railroad tracks or something. And I will say I did ruin a hose. I ruined a fucking hose. It was dragging on the highway or something. And not good. Not good. But whatever. Shit happens. There's worse things that could have happened. Um, yeah, so anyways, that was a good time over there hanging out with those guys. We're done. We're headed back. Trying to think of anything else going on this. I don't know. Today, just gonna go back here and do book work. What time is it? What time is it? 1:30. I'm gonna go here and do another hour and a half of learning or whatever, doing those tests and shit, and then I guess I'm gonna go home, which would be nice because my daughter has dance class, so I'm gonna go home and watch my son while my wife takes my daughter. And then I think she's got dinner planned out, and I'd like to be home for dinner when it's hot with the family. That'd be cool. Yeah, exciting weekend. Exciting weekend. Trying to think of anything else going on. I can't really think of it. I think we've done long enough here. How about y'all keep all 18 down? Adios. We're going to talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day.